Hey everybody, MrBookieboo here, and today I want to show you something that I've been working on behind the scenes here. As you know, I'm kind of known for these retaining walls that I've made, and early on when I started designing my city, I determined that I didn't have a whole lot of space. I mean, I had a lot of space, but as you know with Lego, it goes quick, and you quickly run out of space in whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're collecting Star Wars, modulars, Harry Potter, you name it, it takes up space. And so again, early on, I realized, boy, this big, huge room that I had started filling up pretty quickly. And I needed to do something with that. And my solution was to build up. I quickly discovered, if I start going up, I can have my trains running. I can have more modular space. I can pick up real estate and all these little nooks and crannies that I never thought of before. And it's kind of been the evolution of my city as you see it today, where it's actually on like 4 different levels, 5 if you include the stuff that's like on the ground. And it just keeps going up, up, up. It's been just this evolution of just utilizing space. And the key to that for me was these retaining walls. So once I kind of developed this, I was able to hide all the ugly stuff, all the bits and pieces underneath, the plywood and the legs and stuff like that, and the wiring for the lights, the stuff that you didn't want to see because, the focus is the Lego, right? And so this was the key for me, building these retaining walls and then having that kind of just frame everything. It provides a really nice framing for the city, at least for the bottom part of the city. So that, as you know, I started thinking, gosh, the bottom part's great. The modulars, of course, are fantastic, but the stuff above, that's where I kind of started to think, gosh, that's missing something. And so that's where the mountains came in. I said, wouldn't it be nice to have just more Lego so that you look from bottom to top, it's just wall-to-wall Lego all the way through. And so that I developed my mountains. And that was something that was really fun to do. And it just added so much to the city, I felt. It was just kind of like taking it literally to the next level. So then fast forward to just this past year, I exhibited for the first time at a Brick World Chicago. Amazing experience. If you're able to attend, I highly recommend it. It was fantastic. But the one thing that I kind of took from that is I really wanted to be able to exhibit something that was more representative of me, MrBookieboo, right? And what is MrBookieboo known for? Retaining walls, mountains, right? So I started thinking, gosh, how could I do that? I would love nothing more to be able to pack up my city and display it at a show, but it's just not possible. It's just beyond the realm of possibility, especially the faraway shows. I mean, I have to rent a truck and drive for a week and, it's crazy. So I started thinking, I was like, gosh, what could I do to kind of show that in a smaller scale, a representation of me? Well, the retaining wall part was easy because these are already modular. I've been an advocate from day one. If you guys have watched my videos from the very beginning, build everything to be modular because you never know when you want to take something apart, modify it. And so early on, these retaining walls were logically 32 studs wide because base plate's 32 studs wide. Modulars are 32 studs wide. Pretty much everything city-wise is 32 studs wide. And so I really stuck to that with these. The mountains even stick to that. The mountains are, typically they're 232 by 32 base plates. Some of them are stretched to 3. Some of them are 2 halves that combine together into make 1. So they're really 4 base plates, but they're 2 halves. But even that sticks to that logic of the 32 by 32 base plate. I started to think more and more about it. And I started to say, gosh, what could I do, again, to show something at a conference, to display, me. And then I just thought and thought. And I said, gosh, okay, retaining walls, check. I can do smaller buildings, no problem. I can do trains, I could do that. I could include stuff that's, a smaller scale, no problem. But the mountains were the thing that kind of had me thinking, gosh, how can I incorporate the mountains into a mobile display? The solution? It's right over here. Modular mountains. It finally hit me. I was like, gosh, modular wall panels, why not modular mountains? So that's kind of what I've developed here, and that's what I'm going to share with you. This is a prototype for my modular mountain. It uses my beloved burps, which I love for mountain building because they're cheap and effective. It basically uses 6 of them per panel. So this is a mountain panel. It's very similar to the walls that I do. You can see how it's just 6 burps. There's just a few bricks that reinforce the back here to support it so that it doesn't tip over. And then the front is just the typical, you know, greebling that I do with like slopes and bricks and studs. This is particularly snow because I'm doing something special for that. But you can kind of get the idea of how this is all going to shape together, and I'll show you. So if you go here, this is another panel, and basically on the top here, it's a combination of tiles and studs, and basically they just simply click together like that, and you have Modular Mountain. So right now I've got actually 4 burps tall. So this is actually a pretty tall mountain already, and you can see in the back how it's supported. Now, when it's actually in a MOC, you'll actually have more just plain old brick towers here, just you know, just to support this again, so you don't tip. But you can see how with this, you can just keep going. You could add another panel on top of this. You can go as high as you want, so long as you have supports underneath and enough space behind you to do it. But this, I think, is going to be the key. And actually, I've been working on a MOC that I'm going to share in another video, so you can get a preview of how this is all going to kind of come together. It's going to have the walls, the modular mountains, some buildings, just a little bit of everything to kind of all tie it together in a portable format that I can take on the road, so I can show you guys in person what I do. You can also see here, this is another example. So this is just like a corner, kind of, it's an offset corner piece that I used. These are corner burps, but it's kind of offset, and it's designed to actually slot in to this MOC that I'm working on. But it's the same idea, it's modular. You can just slide this out, you can bubble wrap this, shrink wrap it, throw it in a suitcase and travel, and it'll travel pretty well because it's pretty sturdy. It's built out pretty well. There's actually a support column that goes underneath this. But overall, these pieces are very sturdy, and you can see, you know, again, when you're done, they just break apart and off you go. You can mix and match. You can do all kinds of different things with this. The trees, of course, probably aren't going to last in shipping. That's okay. I'll be planting trees wherever I end up. But you get the idea, right? Modular mountains. Who would have thought? So that is what I've been working on, and that's what I wanted to share with you. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any ideas on how to improve this. Let me know if you think this is worthwhile. I think it's pretty cool, though. But I'm hoping, again, to hit up next year. I mean, probably try to go to 2, maybe 3 conventions, bringing this MOC and kind of giving you guys a really good showcase of the retaining walls, the mountains, and some other fun stuff in there too. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate all of you and all of your feedback, your comments. Again, it's the community that makes the hobby. It really is. And I've said that a lot, and it's really true. It rings true for me every day. Just the interactions, the friendships that I've made, it's all priceless. And I'm just really appreciative of all of that. So thank you. And I'll be back soon with more exciting stuff. Take care. Bye.